Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Joe.
Oh, sorry. I need to turn my volume up on my microphone. Happy Easter.
You as well.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
heck yeah.
How about you, Rowan?
It was good. It was good.
Did you
What
all
is-
survive
sorry,
this? Did you all survive the storm? Did anyone have any damage? I know
No, thank God.
Maria can't join us because she has no internet, and her phone's like dying. So she called me on her dad's phone to let me know. So let's see. This is a today in class. What we're gonna I know there are a few of you, like Anya. Are you there, Anya?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Uh-huh.
Brett, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Leslie, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, and Marnika, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, good. The only reason why I ask is because I want to, today what we're gonna do is all we're doing in class is assigning stories for your last story, which will be covering the symposium on Wednesday. And I think a couple of you are even presenting at that. Aren't you, Haley?
I was, but my professor for my capstone class just making us do it to our class now, so now I'm not.
Okay, I got you. Was there anyone else here presenting at the symposium? I don't think there was anyone else from this section. Okay, so you're probably like, what is the Piedmont Symposium? Do you want to explain a little bit about what it is, Haley, or tell us a little bit about what your research was and why you were going to present that at symposium?
So this symposium was replacing my capstone presentation, and mine was on the effects of decomposition on chickens in different environmental factors. So I'm a forensic science major, so mine was like death related. So I was supposed to present at the symposium and two law enforcement conferences, but those all got canceled. So,
Mm-hmm.
so now it's just for my class because there's like not really a big turnout online. So
Right. Thank you. So that's Haley's research is a perfect example of kind of what this is going to be about. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm just going to give you all a little overview here of what we're talking about. And I was working on building the Canvas page, so it will have all this information for you there as well. But when you log on to PiedmontSymposium.com, right away it says here, guest area, please enter the password below. And the password is going to be PIEDMONT, capital LIONS. Let me make sure that works before I officially tell you. Yes, so the password to that, and I'll put this on Canvas as well, so you don't have to write it down or remember it. Piedmont Lions, capital P, capital L. And this is the Piedmont Symposium site. What the Piedmont Symposium is it started last year. Every year at Piedmont College, the goal is to have some kind of research day in the spring in which students can present some of the research they've done. Now, some of you may be like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Or, thinking that research only applies to like biology and health sciences and stuff like that. But even in Mass Comm, we have some students who were going to present research. I don't know if they still are, but related to things, of course, related to media and journalism. I think one of our juniors, Abby Cox, is still presenting a session on social media and mental health. So those are the types of topics that are typically covered. So, and the idea with the Piedmont Symposium was that it would be a day where there would be no classes held on campus. Instead, students would all go to the Piedmont Symposium or go to a part of it. So with COVID, of course, things have been moved online. So they're holding a virtual symposium, and these are the sessions that are going to be presented live. And let's see, I emailed her. Did she email me back? Yes. I emailed the person who's in charge of all this, Dr. Julia Schmitz, and she said that this is pretty much finalized. So what's going to happen is there will be sessions. Some of them are pre-recorded. Some of them will be done live via Zoom. Okay. And you can see the topics there. Oh, let's see what happens. Some of them you can click on. I don't know what happens when you click on it though. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, okay, it's the invitation to go to the Zoom chat. So for the live ones, there'll be a link to join the Zoom chat to see the presentation. And then some of them, like if they don't say live, they're recorded. So you'll just click on it, and my guess is it will go to the video of the research presentation. Okay. Let's just see if this, Wow, 20 minutes of square tangos and hex goals. Aren't you fascinated by that, Leslie? Square tangos and hex goals. So you could see here the different sessions. So there's a session, there's going to be, and these sessions are, I think you would, you could, they'll all be offered between 9 and 9:20. And then they have more sessions at 9:20, 9:40. This is our student, Abby Cox. Let's see. Olivia Justice is also one of ours. Coronavirus, the impact on telecommunications. That's one of our students. This is our student too, Nathan Blackburn. These are our students, scenes of yearbooks, the making of the, whatever that name is. So you can see how this works here. There, of course, there typically are a lot of scientific type sessions. Okay, so those are all the sessions that are offered. So, and then, let me show you one other thing about the symposium. So they also have, typically when you go to a research day like this, so not only do you have, they call them oral sessions, not only do you have those going on, presentations, but usually this has been held in the Swanson Center. So in our newsroom, they will put a bunch of posters up. So you can go view the posters, and they also put posters up like in the Swanson Center gallery. And it looks like they haven't put them all up yet. But for example, if you wanna, these are all nursing students, it looks like. So if you wanna look at Elizabeth Ratchford's poster about implementing a standard PACU handoff sheet, you would click on that, and alas, the poster pops up. So that is that. Let's see here. So for your assignment, Does anyone here have a pet turtle?
No.
No.
No. I have a turtle. I have 2 pet turtles along with my dog. And my pet turtles are Axel and Slash. And Slash has been very aggressive with Axel and actually wounded Axel. And Axel is bleeding. So we saw my tank, our turtle tank, the water was all red. So we had to figure out what was wrong. And of course, this all happened last night. So now I have a turtle like in the hospital, which is our bathtub. And I'm trying to figure out how to stop the bleeding. So that's why I'm a little behind on things this morning, because of a fucking turtle. All right. And you know, I'll tell you how we got this turtle. When my middle child, Jackson, was in kindergarten, these 2 turtles, who were at that time named Dora and Diego, they were the class pet. And then the teacher said, well, I'm going out of the country this summer, so I won't be able to take care of the turtles. Who wants to take care of these turtles? And of course, Jackson volunteered and said, oh, we'll take them. And okay, fine. So I went and picked them up, and we took care of them over the summer. And then guess what happened when I went back to school in the fall when his school started, and I was ready to bring these turtles back to Miss Colville. Guess what happened?
She didn't want them.
You could say that. Guess who I couldn't find? She left to go to another school.
Oh, that's
So we got stuck with these turtles, and here it is now. Jackson's in 6th grade, and I still have these fucking turtles that will live for another 30 years. So anyway,
that's funny.
they're definitely going to him in my will. All right. And because I care about animals so much, I don't have the heart to, like, I think there are many people who would be like, oh, turtle's bleeding, just, put it down. I don't have the heart to do that. Okay. Write a news story about a student research presentation at the Piedmont Symposium. So this requires you to be at the symposium, the virtual symposium, from 9 to noon, not the whole time, the time of your session. Now, supposedly, no classes should be held at this time. Let me ask you this. Do any of you have a class at 9, 11, 9 or 11 that is holding class?
I don't know about my 11 yet, but my 9 o'clock got canceled.
Okay, good. And that's what it's supposed to be. We just had an all faculty meeting. That was interesting, having a 152 person meeting over Zoom, all the Piedmont faculty, but they made it clear that there should be no classes held between 9 and noon, so everyone can either participate or, like I'm doing, we assign work for you to do at this. So you're going to cover one of the sessions, and you have to have at least 3 sources. So your primary resource should be the student researcher. That's obvious, okay? Now, how do you get a hold of the student researcher? One, you can, if you attend a session, you'll be able to, and it's a live session, not a recorded one. But otherwise, let's say my student researcher is, his name is Bob Smith, okay? And I know he's the student researcher, and I go and it's a recorded session, so I can't talk to him live. How do I get a hold of Bob Smith to talk to him?
Email him.
Yeah, look up his email. Do you guys have the ability to look up other students' email? Okay. Yeah, so look up the email. This will require just a tad bit of reporting on your part to try to find out how to contact that person. And then your secondary resource should be the faculty advisor. So I don't know if you remember, but on all of the sessions that we saw here, they had, let's see here, I can get back to the screen here. On all of the sessions, on all of these sessions here, they had the students, whoops, I didn't mean to click on it, and the advisor, okay? So Tyson Phillips, the student here, the advisor, Jamie Johnson Huff. So the advisor, the faculty advisor, that should be your second source. And how would you get in touch with the faculty advisor? You would email them and try to see how you can get in contact with them, okay? Definitely the student, you should try to have a phone conversation with, or a Zoom conversation, something that somewhere where you can, you know, kind of get some information, a little more detail about them and their project. And then your third source, we're just looking for one quote. This could be from anyone else who has knowledge of the topic. Which screen are you seeing right now?
Your shared screen.
But are you seeing the story prompt? Or are you seeing the symposium?
Symposium.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so your third source really could be, can be anyone who was either at the session, anyone who might have knowledge about the topic. So for example, in the topic, triangles and train tracks, okay, which is a math topic. You could talk to, there's a math major that you know of, you might contact them and just say, hey, Sue, I don't know if you heard of, saw or attended Rebecca Bowen and Julia Grimm's session on triangles and train tracks, but they say, I don't know, Thomas the Tank Engine is a great example of a horrible train track. What do you think about that? So just get kind of one comment from them, okay?
If the presentation has two people presenting, can that be our third source, or are they still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good question. So for sessions with two presenters, actually it probably should be your third source. So you would talk to both presenters, okay? I want to emphasize this. This isn't just a rehash of the presentation, okay? So your story is not like minutes of the presentation, like people would make minutes of a meeting. So your story shouldn't say, John Hollismeyer presented a session about examining partisan attitudes towards immigrants. First he said this, then he said this, then he said this. That's not what it is. You definitely want to you want to tell us what the presentation's about, but your whole story isn't just a summary of the presentation. Does that make sense? Might be a good place for you to start, like if you're trying to take notes for yourself, but this has to flow like a journalism story. And what I'm gonna do too, I just thought of this. We did this assignment last year in class, and of course things were a little different because people attended the sessions live. But I will give you, I'll post some examples on Canvas of stories that were stronger, okay? Let's see here. Hold on. Anna, are you here? Did you guys have to enter a password to get into this meeting?
Yeah.
What was the password?
Writer.
Writer? Okay. Did you? Okay. So, all right, hold on a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me send her a link, another link to this. 470-599-1091. 470-599. What was it? 1091. Okay. Length is between 500 and 1,000 words. And as usual, the name and email for your sources. Now, this is due next Sunday, which is intentional. I know it's a short turnaround, but this is kind of like, you know, for stories like this, event type stories, a quick turnaround is pretty typical. We will have class next Monday. You won't have a news quiz on Wednesday, and we won't have another like assignment outside of class assignment on Friday. So this is your only assignment for the week, okay? And then of course, this is 20% of your final grade. The grading will focus on all the elements we've covered, of course, in class. And here also, most importantly, I want to see some improvement in your individual writing from your first story. There's a 10-point deduction for every 12 hours it's late. So usually my policy is 24 hours. You would get a letter grade off, but because this is 200 points, if you can submit it like before 10 a.m. on Monday, you only get half a letter grade knocked off. And then these are some other deductions that will be standard on your story if you don't meet them. So that will be on Canvas. Like I said, I'll also post links to stories on Canvas. Hi, Anna. Sorry about the issues you had. I'll catch you up here in a little bit. So let's look at these stories, and wish I had a better way to showcase all of these to you, but I don't have any kind of handout. What I want to do now is I want you guys to see these stories, and no more, I'll allow 2 people to cover one session, but writing 2 different stories, you can do your interview at the same time, like if you're doing a Zoom chat, but I want everyone to write their own story. You could kind of pick the session you want. And then the other story that is out there, if anyone wants to write, is just kind of a general overview of the Piedmont Symposium, the virtual symposium, and how things went. It'll be kind of a recap of it, how things went. And for that story, you would talk to, you would definitely want to attend a welcome, pre-recorded welcome, and you would want to attend this welcome from the QEP director and fellows. And then after the event, you would want to talk to Dr. Julia Schmitz, who's the QEP director, about it. And then your secondary and third sources could be students who presented. And again, you won't talk to them about for that story, you won't talk to them about their presentation, just about how the symposium kind of went. So that's one story. Better pain relief for infants is another. 21st century verbal man, a defense of children's internet language. Truncated square tangles and hexagons, potential development of a post-mortem interval. Tangles and train tracks, relationship between cardiovascular health and mental health. Examining partisan attitudes towards immigrants. Migration, employment, and entrepreneurship. Let's see what else. Better pain relief for infants. 21st century man, a defense of children. Oh wait, I already did that one. In patients who have had cardiovascular disease, is aspirin more effective in preventing further disease? PCBs in Lake Hartwell. Does anyone know what a PCB is? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a bacteria.
It's a bacteria? Okay. Beautiful suffering turned to dark dismay, glorification of mental illness on social media. Damn, Abby's smart. Pain assessment of patients with a history of sickle cell. coronavirus, the impact on telecom, poverty portrayals, and then there's the making of the Trillium, the making of the yearbook. Oh, and I have to say, if you are involved in Trillium or yearbook, you cannot cover this. So I don't know how to say that. Tetrodotoxin, hand soap versus hand sanitizer, age as a factor for surgery, the journey to dismantling the stained glass ceiling. Oh, she's another one of our students. This is about women ministers, if I'm not correct, or if I'm correct. Professional website design, how it works, aggression in hybrid Russian honeybees, strep throat and the flu. Okay, and then the last ones here, difference in peak quadricep muscle activation between the front and back squat, understanding of the consequences of understaffing. I'm sure this has to do with hospitals. Examining homosexuality in the Bible and the Quran. Outside influences, do they affect Macbeth's decision? A review of the 2010 film. Was there a 2010 Macbeth film? The effects of handedness on activities of daily living, how occupational therapy help with stroke rehabilitation, using data science to understand and prevent sports injuries. Does implementing a standardized PACU, whatever that means, and reducing healthcare associated infections. So those are your topics. And then of course you have the other overview topic, as I had mentioned. So if there's a topic that you want, say it now.
I do Abby Cox.
Okay, who is this?
Anya.
Anya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was about social media and mental health.
I'll do Veronica Capus's.
Who's this?
Haley.
Haley. What was her session, do you know?
Hers is estimating the PMI.
What was it again? Oh, this
Estimating
one.
PMI, that one.
Okay.
Can I do the coronavirus with the impact on telecommunications?
Is this Madison?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, who else? Because I'll assign them if you don't sign up for one.
Can you just assign me one?
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
Matt.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so Matt, Brett, who else?
Me, Rowan.
Me too.
Wait, Rowan.
Yes.
Who else? Someone else said me too.
Anna.
Hannah, okay.
And Connor too.
Connor,
Yeah.
okay. So I've heard from Anya, Haley, Madison, Matt, Brett, Rowan, Anna, and Connor.
Can you just assign me one too?
Who's this?
Leslie.
Leslie? Yeah. Okay.
Which one was the one with the web design?
Who is this, Caleb?
Yeah.
That one was, let's see here. What was it? And for those of you who I'm going to assign one, I'm not going to assign you these heavy science-y ones just because I know that might be difficult.
I appreciate that.
What was this? Was there a website one?
You mentioned one with web design.
Oh, professional.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Caleb will do pro web design. Okay.
Can I actually do Nathan's?
Who's this?
Leslie.
Leslie, which is that's the poverty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I
So,
do the one with entrepreneurship?
Tamia, where is that one? Let's see here. I do remember entrepreneurship. Migration, employment, and entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so I heard from Anya, Haley, Madison, Matt, Brett, Rowan, Anna, Connor, Leslie, Caleb, and Tamia. Marnika, Noah. I haven't heard from you yet.
Noah just texted me.
What?
You just assigned me one.
Okay. And Marnika, what about you?
Me too.
Okay, you too. And I think that's everyone. I got Brett, Anya, Marnika, Anna, Madison. Am I missing anyone? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, that's right. There's 13 here, and there's a few people missing. Okay, so what I'll do, I will email you guys, for those who I'm assigning, I will email you right away on your session. Remember, the important thing is on Wednesday to try to attend your session, okay? It's my understanding that, well, obviously, the recorded ones are recorded. So I think you could click on them anytime. But from what I understand, all of them should end up being recorded. That's their goal. Now, of course, things can happen when things may not be recorded for some reason, but all of them should be recorded. But I really strongly recommend you go to the live ones just in case it's not. So the most important thing is to go to the session that you need to be at, and then, take notes and whatnot. And then you can set up a interview with, what I would recommend is setting up an interview with the student after their session. I don't mean directly after, but I mean, if you want to set it up for Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday night or Thursday morning, whatever you want to do, you could go ahead and set that up now. Just drop them an email and say, hey, can we schedule an interview? And same thing with the advisor. And so set that up now, but you want to talk to them after you've already seen the session. So that way, you know what to ask them about. Are there any questions?
Yeah, who did you assign me?
I will email you guys right away. Well, let's see. I'll just do that now. Well, there was another question.
Yeah, for the third source, if we're writing on a topic we have information on, are we allowed to be that third source, or does it have to be somebody else?
You cannot be a source,
Okay.
but what you can do, I know what you're talking about, Haley, because this is a classmate of yours, right? Or a cohort. So what you can do is, do you have another cohort you can kind of attribute that information to?
I mean, I was going to ask the forensic science professor if not, but I just thought I'd ask. Since ours is like the bacteria biology side.
Right. Okay. Yeah. If you could feed the information to someone else and attribute them, with their permission, you can do that. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Okay. I think what I'm going to do here is, Brett, I'm going to assign you to do an overall story. So that means, Brett, you have to go to every session no, I'm joking.
Yeah, I know you are.
that means you have to attend the welcome, and then
Okay.
you'll need to talk to Dr. Julia Schmitz. Dr. Tingle, Dr. Melissa Tingle is also a fellow. You can talk to her, and then you could talk to a student who presented at any one of these students. Okay.
All right.
So
Who is Dr. Schmitz?
She is the QEP director. She's a biology professor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. I think Anna, and I'm randomly assigning these. Let's see here. What? I don't think anyone wants to do this. Matt, Rowan, Anna, Connor, Marnika, Noah, do any of you have any, like, do you know what a triangle is?
No.
No? Okay, I don't either.
Involving math.
Yeah, okay, we'll just avoid that. Let's see. Matt, I'll give you relationship between cardiovascular health and mental health. Okay. Rowan, I'll give you examining partisan attitudes towards immigrants. Okay. Let's see here. Anna, I'll give you migration, employment. Oh wait, no, this one is already being done by Tamia, never mind. I'll have someone else in the other class do that one too. Let's see here. Anna, I'll give you the making of the trillium, okay? And Marnika, I'll give you the, wait, Marnika, are you on yearbook staff?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Anna, let me give you the making of the yearbook, okay? And then Marnika, I'll give you, well, no, oh yeah, I'll give you the making of the trillium. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Who do I have left that doesn't have a story?
Connor.
Connor? Connor, how about hand soap versus hand sanitizer?
Okay.
It's science, but I think it's science that like we all understand. Okay. And Noah, do you want strep throat and the flu or the journey to dismantling the stained glass ceiling?
Strep versus the flu.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, so I got everyone here. You all know your assignments. I am accessible for you. Feel free to call me, text me. Don't show up on my doorstep though, because that's against the law, social distancing. Otherwise, we will meet again. I'll look forward to seeing your stories on Sunday. I'll put some examples from last year in Canvas. I'll work on that right now. And then I'll see you next Monday. No news quiz Wednesday, remember. No assignment due Friday. No reading response. All you have is this story. And on Monday, we'll talk about kind of the reading response from yesterday and your assignment. And then we'll schedule one-on-ones for next week as well for this story. Any other questions? All right, it was great seeing you all, and I'll see you next Monday. And let me know if you have any questions about the story as we go throughout the week here. Take care.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.